For the past 17 years, Obamacare has wreaked havoc on the lives of innocent, hardworking Americans.
My name is Linda Casera.
Sobia. Naomi.
Bob Hazeman.
I'm here today to share my son's healthcare story. In February of 2014, he was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, MS. Up to that time, he was covered under my insurance, but at the end of the month, that coverage would cease. The Affordable Health Care Act had open enrollment beginning in April of 2014. Nathan was able to sign up. Over the next year and a half, Nathan would have 3 major MS attacks, which he would be hospitalized and have to have steroid infusions. In October of 2015, Nathan had his stem cell transplant, and it has halted the progression of the disease. Today, Nathan is walking without leg braces or a cane. He is working, he can bike, and he's enjoying many activities he was not able to do in the past 3 years.
Wreaked havoc.
I'm an emergency physician. I've been working in very busy urban Chicago emergency departments for over a decade now, and most of the hospitals that I've worked in serve struggling low-income and middle-class families across the city of Chicago and in the nearby suburbs. The people who seek our care are people who have very limited access to clinics and doctors because they're uninsured. Most of these people are very hardworking people. They are people working 2 jobs, long hours, pulling night shifts, and often in jobs that don't offer them employer-based health insurance. Since the Affordable Care Act was passed, I noticed a difference in the ability of my patients to get access to health care. But it's also important for our healthcare system overall because it means that fewer people need to rely on the emergency department for primary care. And it means that my colleagues and I can then focus on those critically ill patients that are brought to us.
Wreaked havoc.
3 years ago, exactly, as of yesterday, my dad got a cancer diagnosis. At the time, my parents were uninsured. And so that was a shock and a huge burden. My grandmother, who lives pretty close to my parents, was able to help out in terms of finding funding for my dad. My grandmother was there to drive my dad to appointments and help out, but there are a lot of people who don't have that. So I can't imagine what it would have been like without her. My dad wouldn't be here today.
Wreaked havoc.
So here's my story. I have a wonderful niece. She dropped from full-time to part-time. And when she dropped to part-time, she lost her health insurance. Her youngest daughter was 3 years old, and they discovered a childhood cancer called Wilms tumor and had to do emergency surgery. And of course, it was malignant. So she lost a kidney. She went through, at 3 years old, if you can imagine that, a whole series of chemotherapy and then radiation. But her mom didn't have health insurance. And, they began to talk to her about what the treatments could cost, and they were talking $1 million or $1.5 million. Amazingly, in the midst of that, Obamacare passed, and she was able to get health insurance.
Without the Affordable Health Care Act, our family could not have afforded to pay for Nathan's treatments.
So for us, Obamacare became really a savior for our family.
It shouldn't be optional for someone to have health care when their life depends on it.
Healthcare is a human right.
President Trump has said that they should just repeal Obamacare and move on. That would throw 33 million people off of health insurance. It would be catastrophic.